been slow motion replay. There's no way this could happen. None of it is based in any fact. But let's get down to the bottom of why Bubble Craps is not rigged, nor why did the casino have to rig it. If you don't understand these fundamentals, then you need to stop gambling because you're just going to get mad. You're going to get frustrated and wonder where all your money's going. And it probably means you're not well disciplined. You need to understand craps is a losing proposition. It's built to lose. That's the whole purpose of the game. There's no reason you could have this big, huge, beautiful casino without it. The casino knows it. That's why they do it. There's no way they would stake their money to try to give you more money. They're not in the business of giving out money. Now, some days are better than others. That's for true. But let's look at just the basic idea of the game. Okay? And again, this is what makes it great. That's what makes it fun. When you win, you beat the house. You beat the odds. You did something that wasn't supposed to happen, and that's why you feel great when you win. The money's great, yes. But you know what? That's why you feel like such a slub when you're walking out of there and say, what did they just do to me? Okay? But let's talk about, I'm not going to go into heavy depth about it. I'm not going to do the calculations and the math. If you want to do that, there's plenty of sites that do it, Wizard of Odds. I mean, there's plenty of people that do the math and studies and everything else. The math has never changed, okay? The truth is in the math. So first of all, there's true odds, and then there's what you get paid, right? The house edge, right? So true odds, we know that. The distribution, okay? We know there's 6 ways to roll a 7, 5 ways to roll a 6, 4 to roll a 5, or, we know this, okay? And those are true odds. Now, if the casino played at true odds, then we would have a better fighting chance. Then it'd almost be like a 50-50 game. But it's not how the casino works. So one of the things to think about, and again, the house edge is the expected loss for their initial bet, right? So if you put $5, how much you expect to lose with that? And they can calculate the house edge, okay? So, real simple. Let's say like a pass line bet, right? You have a house edge of 1.36%. Okay, actually that's the don't come. I'm sorry. The for the pass line is 1.41%. Okay, so if you calculate the amount of rolls, and then you take a look at what the payout is, and you put that together, that's how you get the house edge. Okay, again, I'm not going to go into big depth about it, but there's a 1.41% on the pass line. So real simply what that means is for every $100 bet, the casino's going to be guaranteed $1.41 in winnings from it. So you never win 100% of what you get back. They're always going to take a cut. You could call that the cost of playing the game. The casino's not going to do that for free. Somehow they're going to get their money, right? But when you think about that being out there, so and again, so say it was a $10, there's a loss of 14 cents. You can scale it however you want, but $100 is easy to look at the actual percentage there, okay? So again, the pass line is one of those very low percentage bets for the house edge. Okay, that's why pass line, they say the pass line and the 6 and 8. Those are 2 very low percentage bets. So once you get outside of there, it gets a little crazier. Even better edge is the don't pass. Okay, the don't pass has an edge of 1.36%. Here's the catch. You've got to get through the come out roll, right? The come out roll has a 22% chance of winning for a 7 or 11. Okay? That's 8 out of 36 possibilities on the dice, right? All the 7s plus the 11s, right? So it's about a 22%. Now think about it in real life. If somebody said, hey, I'll give you a 20% chance on flipping a flipping a coin, you'd be like, man, that's lousy odds. But we still play anyway. Anyway, whatever that means. So you have about a 22% chance of winning. You have about 11% chance of losing. There's 4 ways to crap out when you're on the pass line. Okay, so that's only 11%. That's 4 in 36 possibility there. Okay, so when you look at that, okay, we're never in our favor. Okay, it's always terrible. Now, if you look at the bets around the table, there's anywhere between a 5.5, like the prop bets. The house edge is 5.5 to 16.67%. Those are huge, hugely in their favor. Okay, and over time, when that plays out, you have to think that's a lot of money and a lot of players. So think about it. That many players out there throwing give me the horn with a high yo for $5. Think about how many players are going through there and how much money they're making on that. And if it was easy to do, it wouldn't even be a game. They wouldn't be playing it, okay? But you need to understand that this is how the game works, okay? This is what it is. Now, understanding true odds a little bit. So let's use the, let's do the place 6. There's a 0.46% on that, okay? Actually, let's use the 5 or 9 because it's a little easier to understand. The 6, you got to do $7. Anyway, let's do the 5. So the 5, true odds that are 5 are 4 out of 36, right? Or, what is that, 1 in 8? So 4 out of 36. So the true odds would not be the same as what they pay you back. They pay you 5 to 7, right? Now they should be paying what? 5 to 8? But they don't, do they? You get $1 less than what the true odds are, okay? So now that you get $1 less, no matter what happens, the casino is really taking $1 for each one of those bets compared to what the true odds are, okay? So every bet you make, they're making money on it compared to the true odds. Okay, so again, if it was a perfect distribution and everything went great, you would be winning tons of money if you played true odds. Now, we get into true odds once you come to, come bets and, buying and that kind of stuff. But there's a vig for that. They're still going to get money either way. It's never really exactly that one-to-one true odd what it should be in the distribution, okay? So anyway, I'm not going to go real deep into the math. Again, you can go, if you would like me to do it, I'll make a video and I'll go into the math and I'll show you specifically. But you do need to understand that every bet you bet is not coming back at true odds. There is a price to pay for every bet you get, okay? Even the 4, right? It should be a 1-to-1 bet, right? 2 to 1. Well, no, you get paid $9. So if for every $5 you put out, you get 9. There's still $1 that the casino is taking out of that based on the true odds, okay? So anyway, now the lower percentage things to play, certainly the don't come has a 1.36 if you get past the first roll. Now again, there's 22% chance that it could be a 7 or 11. So it's not uncommon. So if a 7 comes out on a come out roll and you're on the don't pass, why are you surprised? It happens all the time. So let's see here. The place 5 has a 1.11. The place 4 has a 1.67. So you can see everything you do. Now the lay bets, they have a very low percent, like 0.61, right, for the lay 4 and 10. But what's the nature of the lay bet? You have to pay double to get half your money back. So that's not even anywhere close to the true odds, right? I hate the lay 4 and 10. That's no secret, man. Please, that's known. I hate it. But anyway, I hate putting more money out to win less. That's never any good. Okay? So, let's see here. So, the basic idea that I want to say here at the beginning is please understand the difference between true odds. Please understand that the game is made to lose. There's no reason on earth to rig the game. It is built to win. It's the purpose. We can go into licensing and all that and losing their license and all that, and it's a slot machine and all. None of that means anything. The game itself is there for its own purpose. They don't have to do anything to win. Okay? So please understand the math. Please understand this is gambling. Okay? We are gambling. We are trying to beat the odds. That's what gambling is. So again, if you still believe everything's rigged, then there's some reasons for that. Let's talk about that. One thing you need to understand is that everything is over long term. You may find a hot streak where you hit everything and you won a ton of money. That's great, and that's what we're looking for. The other part is that over the long term, the longer you're in there, the more the distribution is going to come out correct, the math is going to come out correct, and you're going to lose. So if you're up, get out of there. That's the real simple thing. And they call that the gambler's fallacy, right? That's the thing, that it's due. Just because it didn't do it this time, it should do it this time. No, it don't mean nothing. It could do whatever it wants. They are random rolls, 1 in 36. Every roll is independent. Now, again, there is probability, and over time, sure. But it could do whatever it wants. And we're only there for a short time. So we're only seeing a very small window of a very large scope of distribution of rolls, probabilities, outcomes, the whole freaking thing, okay? So again, don't fall into that gambler's fallacy that this is due just because it is as it can. And we do look for trends. It's nice if we can catch a trend and ride it, but it's no guarantee, that's for sure. The other thing is, you just don't ever forget that. The house has a built-in advantage. That's what it is, okay? They're not there hoping that they get lucky and win against you. They're there because they know that it's in their favor, and they know over time you ain't going to win. Okay? So, there's also the player that doesn't even care, all right? That player's just there to have fun, knows they're going to lose their money, and believe me, the casino's going to win their money on that. They can cover your big win that way. But some people are there just for fun. They're not trying to beat the house, or they don't even know what the odds are. They don't even know what's happening. The more educated you are, the better you understand what's happening while you're playing. And it also makes it easier to follow your own rules. If you understand the rules, that, hey, I'm at a loss limit. I'm at a place where it's not going where I want it to go. Those are the odds, and you understand it. And you can stop and say, hey, yeah, I lost $50, but that was my loss limit, and I understand what happened. It's part of the game. I know there's a possibility I may win it next time. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to get it back. I know just because I played again, I don't get it back. But anyway, you can understand those things, and if you understand this, then it'll make you a better player to understand what's happening. Again, there's all kinds of different crazy ideas, about this happened, that happened. Man, that's all. It has nothing to do with it. Those little dice in there, they roll and do what they got to do. Okay? Now, some of this is that you have to have that discipline. Understanding that when you're up and in a profit, you have beat the odds. Okay? If you think you're going to win $1,000 with a $100 bankroll, man, is that super rare. It takes money to make money, but it's also more risk, okay? That's all it is to it. So you do need to understand that the more risk you put out there, the more you'll win, but also the more you'll lose. But you cannot expect that somehow I'm going to beat these odds, these percentages, what the house is ready to have and what they're going to take from you, and that I'm going to kill it. So again, that's a big thing that I keep saying. Stay in your lane. Stay within your limit, okay? That's a huge deal. And most people say, hey man, I already made 100. I guarantee I can make that 300 real easy. Well, you know what? There's tons of sessions. Take your time. If you were there at that one window in time where you were really lucky and doubled your money, step back, man. Come back and try another window of time. But the longer you're there, guaranteed they're going to get their money back. Guaranteed. And that's the worst feeling. There's tons of people that can talk about that. Okay? So that's very important. Understand what the good bets and bad bets are. Okay? Now, it's fun when you're gambling to throw out there, a horn or something like that every once in a while. I get that. But you do have to understand you're gambling. Don't throw out a bunch of horns and bets with very low percentages and very high house edges and say, man, they robbed me. No, they didn't. You gave them your wallet and said, take it. So bet the low percentage bets, okay? The 6, the 8s, the pass, the don't comes. I mean, stick to the bets with the low house edge, and that give you the best chance of winning, and be realistic about that. Okay, that's very, very important. Okay? And again, realize if you're going to play that other stuff, it's just for fun. This comes to, well, what about this system? This system can beat the edge. It's got a very low percentage, and it hedges, and it doesn't. No, it doesn't. There is no system that will ever work 100% all the time. Everything works at a certain point in time. Okay? How many times have you seen those guys that, man, they make me mad? Because I don't really play it. But people will come in, they're throwing bucks on the horn, and they keep hitting it and keep hitting. And you're like, oh my God, and they get a ton of cash. And then either they walk or they just give it all back because they keep hitting it. Man, those lucky guys that just happen to hit it, these are the people that come down and put $300 on the field bet and then, hit it and walk off. Or keep playing it, and suddenly they lose their money and they storm off, and they're there for like 5 minutes. But I don't know, man. I'm not that kind of junkie. That's a little too much adrenaline for me. But anyway, realize that these systems, they're only suggested fun ways to play, okay? All these systems we test, all these things we put out there, is to try to lower the risk and to try to make some money. What are some ways we can fill up our bankroll in interesting ways, systems, patterns that we play? Okay, and it keeps us kind of in order and keep tracks of our bet and money. That's all systems do. They don't beat the house. They don't whoop craps in the butt. I mean, it doesn't happen. Just realize they're fun and be flexible. This system may not work, try something else. This pattern's not working, try something else. Some days you gotta just walk away. So anyway, I don't know if this shed any light on it, but if you understand the basic fundamentals of craps, the basic fundamentals of gambling, that this is what we're doing. Look, guys, nothing needs to be rigged, okay? I mean, that would be just robbery. And if that's what it is, then why are you going to a place that you're getting robbed every time? Quit gambling. Let it go. Go there for fun. Enjoy yourself. This is not a way to get rich, okay? Never has been, never will be. Maybe you're a poker player, blackjack guy. Maybe you got some better odds in your favor there. I don't know. Maybe there's some skill in that. I don't know about that either. But, so anyway, I just want to throw that out there. I firmly believe Bubble Craps is not rigged. I don't believe the tables are rigged. It's a random toss of the dice. It's what the game is. It's how it's set up. And that's why we love it so much. So keep enjoying craps and having a good time and enjoying it and feeling great when you beat the house. And you know what? When you get beat, realize that's part of the deal and enjoy the fact that you had some entertainment at the time. All right? So, until next time, good luck out there.